Paper clutter can be a huge source of frustration for many people. Quite often, we hold on to papers because we fear we might need them one day, so we are afraid to throw them out. Today, I'll cover 25 unlikely ways to declutter papers. The reason I say unlikely is because some of these I had never even heard of. Others are familiar. Plus, I'll give you a list of papers you should never declutter. Decluttering papers can be challenging, but there are several unconventional methods that might help streamline the process. If you are new to the channel, welcome. I blog and make videos about cleaning, decluttering, and organizing. You can find my free printables to help you get organized in the drop-down menu under the Printables category over at dmiddleton.com. Today, I'll look at 25 unlikely ways to declutter papers. The first way is to digitalize and shred. You can scan important documents and store them digitally. Once scanned, shred the physical copies to reduce clutter. Another way to declutter papers is to use a mobile app. Utilize apps like Evernote or Adobe Scan to capture and organize documents on the go. These apps can also convert images to PDFs. Another way to declutter papers is to go paperless. Opt for electronic billing statements for your accounts and minimize incoming paper. Another way to declutter and organize your papers is to create a command center. Designate a specific area for incoming mail and papers with folders using different categories such as bills, letters, receipts, and so on. Just make sure you routinely sort through this area to prevent paper buildup. Speaking of bills, I've been trying to cut some of my expenses lately, but it's been hard. Have you ever wanted to cut back on your monthly bills, but you didn't want to sacrifice your lifestyle? I know I sure have. Lately, I've been trying to declutter our budget and cut back on the overspending. One of the ways we were overspending was on our cell phone plan. This is why I was so intrigued by Mint Mobile, who this video is in partnership with. They offer premium wireless for as little as $15 a month. I can still get high-speed data and unlimited talk and text on the nation's largest 5G network. I could even bring my own phone along with my current phone number and existing contacts. So essentially, I'm sacrificing nothing. I've been using Mint Mobile and have had a great experience by switching. Mint Mobile offers the same fast, reliable premium wireless as other providers. I have personally saved so much money by switching. So how hard is it to switch your service? Big Wireless wants you to think it's hard, but it's not. Switching to Mint was super easy. Thanks to digital eSIM cards, which most phones now have, you can sign up and activate immediately right on your phone from the comfort of your home. And if your phone doesn't have an eSIM, Mint will ship you a new SIM card for free. So if you want to save a little money without the sacrifice, go to the link in this video description and you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month when you purchase a 3-month plan. You won't regret it. Now let's look at 21 more ways to declutter your papers. Tip number 5 is to do a monthly purge ritual. Set a specific day each month to review and discard unnecessary papers. This regular practice can help you maintain control over paper clutter. Another tip some people love is to use a binder system. You can use binders with plastic sleeves for storing important documents. You could then label each binder by categories such as taxes, medical, or insurance. If you love visual organizing, try some colored file folders. You could assign different colors for different types of documents. This colorful visual system can make it easier to locate and manage papers. Another paper decluttering idea is called the shoebox method. For sentimental papers like cards and letters, use a shoebox to store them. Once your box is full, review and decide what to keep and what to discard. Another paper declutter tip is to outsource. You can hire a service to scan and organize your papers digitally, especially if you have a large volume of documents. One of my favorite organizing tips is to use a label maker. Label everything clearly and make it easier to find the documents when needed. This can also help in maintaining an organized filing system. Set up a paper station. Create a designated spot for incoming and outgoing papers. In your paper station, you can include a shredder, recycling bin, and a filing system all in one place. Another paper organizing tip is to try using a minimalist filing system. In this system, you limit the number of categories and folders you use to avoid overcomplicating your filing system. Another tip is to try a floating shelf system. Install floating shelves in your office or workspace to create vertical storage for papers and documents. Make sure you create a mail sorting routine. Sort your mail immediately as it comes in. Make sure to create designated places for bills, junk mail, and personal correspondence. You can try using a bulletin board for your immediate needs. To do this, use a bulletin board to pin up documents that require immediate attention. Once addressed, you can file or discard them. Another way to deal with paper clutter is to try the 3-box method. When decluttering, use 3 boxes labeled Keep, Toss, and Action. This method helps you sort papers quickly and efficiently. Some people enjoy using a digital whiteboard. You can use a digital whiteboard to keep track of important information and reminders instead of using sticky notes or paper lists. Another paper clutter tip is to repurpose household items. You can use magazine holders, old shoeboxes, or even kitchen organizers to sort and store papers. Another tip to deal with paper clutter is to do bullet journaling. You can incorporate important notes and information into a bullet journal, reducing the need for those loose paper notes. Another tip is to use cloud storage to minimize paper clutter. You can utilize cloud storage services like Google Drive or Dropbox for easy access and organization of digital documents. As you are doing your paper declutter, remember to recycle and compost. You can recycle paper that is no longer needed and compost the non-glossy papers to reduce waste. You can also try a concept called mind mapping. You can use a mind mapping technique to visually organize information and reduce the need for multiple paper documents. Another way to organize your paper clutter is to use a portable file box. Use a portable file box to keep essential documents in one place, making it easy to access and transport them if needed. Maybe you need a way to store multiple addresses. If so, you can try a virtual address book. You can maintain contact information digitally instead of keeping paper address books or business cards. To deal with receipt paper clutter, you can photograph your receipts. Take photos of receipts for record keeping and then dispose of the physical copies to avoid clutter. As you begin sorting through all of your paper clutter, you may be asking, what papers do experts say you should never declutter? Experts typically advise keeping the following types of papers. The first is birth certificates and death certificates. These vital records are essential for various legal processes and should always be kept in a safe place. Also, never declutter Social Security cards. This document is crucial for identification and should be stored securely. Another paper category to never declutter is marriage licenses or divorce decrees. These documents are needed for legal, financial, and family matters. You should also never declutter passports. valid or expired. Passports serve as a proof of identity and citizenship. It is also important to always keep wills, trusts, and powers of attorney. These legal documents outline your wishes and should be readily accessible. Another thing to never declutter is medical records. Important medical history, immunization records, and any documents related to ongoing treatments should always be held onto in a safe place. Also, do not declutter your insurance policies. Keep copies of all active insurance policies, including health, home, auto, and life insurance. Also, never declutter your property deeds and titles. Documentation for any real estate or vehicles you own is crucial for proof of ownership and for any transactions. Other important documents to hold on to and never declutter are tax returns and all supporting documents for your taxes. Experts recommend keeping tax return and tax-related documents for at least 7 years in case of an audit or other tax-related issues. Other papers that are essential to hold on to are retirement and pension plan documents. These are essential for tracking contributions and distributions and planning for retirement. Don't declutter or get rid of any investment records. Keep documentation for stocks, bonds, mutual funds, or any other investments to track your performance and for tax purposes. Other papers to keep indefinitely are loan documents. You'll want to retain paperwork for any active loans, including mortgage, student loans, and auto loans, until they are paid off and possibly longer. Also, hold on to your estate planning documents. Any documents related to estate planning should be kept securely and updated regularly. Don't declutter any education records either. Diplomas, transcripts, and other significant educational records are important for job applications and for further education. Another category of papers to never declutter are employment records. Keep copies of employment contracts, performance reviews, and other significant employment-related documents. Also, be sure to hold on to any business documents. For business owners especially, keeping all important business documents such as licenses, permits, and financial records is essential. Another important category to never declutter are legal documents. Any legal agreements, contracts, or court documents should be kept for reference and for legal protection. Next on the list are adoption papers. These documents are essential for legal and personal records. Never declutter military records. Keep all military service records, including discharge papers, which is the Form DD-214, for your benefits and for personal records. Never get rid of any loan payoff statements. Keep proof that these loans have been paid off, including final statements and letters from lenders. Be certain you hold on to vehicle records. Maintenance records, repair receipts, and warranty information should be kept for your vehicles. Other important papers to keep are household inventories. A detailed inventory of your home's contents, especially for insurance purposes, should be maintained. Always keep any intellectual property documents, such as patents, trademarks, or copyrights, in a secure location. Also, don't declutter any tax-related correspondence. Any letters or notices from tax authorities should be kept until those issues are resolved. Don't get rid of any bankruptcy documents. If you have ever filed for bankruptcy, retain all related documentation permanently. Maintaining organized records of all of these documents in a secure, easily accessible place is crucial for legal, financial, and personal reasons. Also, strongly consider using a fireproof safe or a secure digital backup to protect these essential papers. Make sure you communicate with your loved ones about where these important papers are located and how they can be unlocked or found in the event of your death. How do you organize all of your paper clutter? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching.